It feels like Saucony have done something really special with the rise of the ProGrid Omni 9. And this general release 3-pack in the green, the blue, and what we have here today, the purple colorway, has really taken the sneaker world by storm. And if you weren't already paying attention to Saucony, this makes you definitely have to pay attention. The details, the colorway, the premium materials, the comfort, everything you want in a lifestyle runner is here. And today we are going to be chatting about the Glowaconstrictor pack, as it has been called, with snake-like textures, shimmering rainbow-style patterns, and great design cues made to stand out from the crowd. Thank you again for tuning in to Best Foot Forward Shoes. My name is Harrison Cable. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to everyone who's been watching our previous reviews on the Adizero Evo SL from Adidas, as well as the Nike Ava Rover. That was a fun little series to do. Also did a little bit of a comparison between the two, but we're back with another runner, this time from Saucony, again on the ProGrid Omni 9 model, which kind of came to fame a little bit earlier in 2024. J-Tips did a couple of colorways on that model, but it was around for much longer before J-Tips. So if you want a couple of in-depth videos about that one, this is not that video. I'm really just going to be talking about this colorway in particular. But Saucony has a long and storied history, and a huge shout out to the lead designer of Saucony Lifestyle, Josh Fraser, who also has an Instagram profile called Kodawa. He's done some really awesome things, creating some really nice colorways on this ProGrid Omni 9, including the Crystal Caves colorway, which is one of the best to release in the last 5 years. But today we're going to chat about some of the history of the shoe, some of the sizing, some of the materials, and overall just have a good chat about them. First of all, let's talk about sizing. So I got these in a size 9 US, which is my usual true to size. That's what I usually get in 2002 Rs, 1906 Rs, pretty much any lifestyle runner that I want to get a slightly snug fit, I get with a size 9 US, which is a 42.5 euro and 8 UK. And that is exactly the size that I got in this shoe. And to be honest, it is very comfortable. It's very snug. It's a 1-to-1 fit. That's kind of what I like. I have a very normal sized foot. I do not have wide feet or a long foot or anything like that. So if you have wide feet, I would probably recommend going up half a size, if not a full size, if you really want a little bit of extra room. The heel portion and the ankle opening on this shoe are rather small. It does lock you in very tightly around the heel. So if you want a little bit of room around the front toe box, you're definitely still going to be locked in around the back heel tab. This is in essence a retro running model, which has been turned into a more lifestyle shoe, especially with the 3 colorways that we have seen in this pack, nicknamed the Glowaconstrictor pack, based on the snake-like materials, reflective patterns, and the mesh on this shoe having a sort of scaly nature. The green one was very nice. The blue one was a little bit more muted, a little bit less reflective panels on that, but the purple one is just super nice. Look at how beautiful this thing is. It is literally a work of art. That shiny Saucony logo on the side. Again, we'll talk about the materials a bit more, but the comfort on it is something that I really want to highlight. When it comes to all-day wear, you can obviously wear New Balance Asics, but Saucony really has this unique way of feeling like you're not wearing a runner, but a comfort shoe all day. Some brands obviously are meant for running, but you kind of get sick and tired of that bouncy runner feel after a while. These are definitely hitting that lifestyle space where you can wear them all day and not get tired of them. So comfort, as always, is great with Saucony runners. They are in essence a performance running brand, but they have really shot up and stood out in the lifestyle space lately. One of the things we will highlight is the box. So you do get this really nice kind of patterned box, which has these reflective patterns all over it. It's kind of done in that like Rorschach test style where it's kind of mirrored on both sides. You can see a somewhat snake logo right there. And then you obviously have the Saucony Originals line on the front of the box. But really on the inside, there's nothing else. There's no extra laces. There's just your standard kind of normal sort of tissue paper. So nothing else special on the inside of the box. If you look at the materials, man, it is a work of art. Let's start from the outsole. You do have the ProGrid XT900 traction pattern marked by this middle shank plate, which is going to help with a lot of sort of torsional rigidity. So if you're moving around a lot, doing any sort of trail running, I think you'd be fine in this shoe. It does have a little bit of like extra ridges, so you can be very nice with any sort of outdoor situations. But like I said before, it is still going to be perfectly fine for any sort of city walking around or walking on pavement or anything like that. However, I don't think they'd really be good as like an all-day runner. Saucony probably have better models than this if you're wanting to do any sort of performance running. Moving up, you do have the SRG foam done around the outside in this black color. So overall, it is kind of like a very dark, kind of menacing sort of shoe. You've also got some black mesh on there, that really dark kind of purple overlays. And speaking of those mesh overlays, man, the way that they've designed this mesh to look like fish scales or like snake scales is really cool. You see it all around the front toe box, you see it on the side paneling, where you have almost like this rib cage structure where the Saucony logo is. That Saucony logo is done in almost like a luminescent kind of reflective feel. It's stitched onto the upper. It's not really a part of the shoe and it's not really going to change any sort of performance, but the logo is done with some very nice colors there. You can also see some leather panels with some rainbow finishes on the medial and the lateral side of the shoe, both near the lace loops and up near the ankle collar as well. The laces also have like this diamond snake-like pattern pattern on them as well. And then up on the tongue, you do have another diamond pattern. So you've pretty much got like 3 different styles of snake skin all over the shoe, hence the Glowaconstrictor name. But overall, they are just very, very nice to look at. There are some small reflective hits around it. Looking at the tongue and the ankle, you do have a fair amount of cushioning there. As I said before, it definitely does lock your foot in. You are very, very tight around the ankle collar. Like I said, if you wanted to go up half a size, I think you'd still be fine with the tightness around the ankle, providing you're okay with a little bit of extra room around the front toe box. But to be honest, if you are very unfamiliar with the sizing on the Sauconys, you can probably go into any sort of retail store and just try a pair on, and just to get a feel of it, because it is a little bit different from a New Balance or an Asics or a Nike. Again, we're not really using these for any sort of running purposes. This is more for a lifestyle model. Yeah, man, the materials on this just look absolutely awesome. I'm super impressed by it. And I think this is definitely one of the best general releases to come out this year, especially in this lifestyle running kind of vibe. Where would I put these in terms of New Balance Asics? I would probably still choose a New Balance runner over a Saucony runner. But for the style, there's nothing really from New Balance that looks like this with these glowing patterns, the different styles of mesh. So Saucony have absolutely kicked it out of the park with this one. So let me know what you guys think about this shoe in the comments. Man, Saucony have been on an absolute run lately with some of their shoes. It's absolutely awesome to see. I love seeing competition in the sneaker industry, and Saucony are definitely bringing it. So again, thank you so much to everybody for watching. Hopefully this review helped you with a little bit of the sizing, comfort, a little bit of knowledge about Saucony, and perhaps opened you up to a little bit more sneaker models that you can try out, and let me know what you think. And if you've made it this far in the video, thank you so much. Please consider subscribing. Please like the video, share it. It really does help the algorithm see us. Sometimes it can be a little bit disheartening when the algorithm just hides a video almost, but people liking, people subscribing, people sharing the videos really does help. So again, if you feel like it and you like this video, thank you so much. We'll be back with another video very, very soon. There is so much more on the channel as well. You can check out our podcast. You can see a bunch of short videos if you want. Thank you so much to everybody. Have a good day.